So this video is just kind of a walkthrough. Let's learn this first position to number 4 together. This one is quite a doozy. So let's get started first down here. Now, I apologize for the crappy writing beat, but that's just the way that this is going to work. So let's pick a couple of different colors. We're going to start with this light blue. First, we are going to name all of the notes. Now, how am I going to name all the notes? Well, I'm going to use the letters. You know, I'm not going to do that. We're going to do the rhythm. Okay? And I'm going to write the rhythm above the note because underneath the note, we're going to write the fingering. So if you can see, you saw before, but this is a pickup measure. Basically, the music's supposed to look like this. So this is 4 and 1 and 3, 4 and then we've got 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1. Okay. Now, I didn't write any of the rest of the rhythms because it takes a lot of work. 4 and 1 and 3, 4 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4, 1. Okay. Here's the beat. 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3, 4 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4, 1. Okay, so this is The Entertainer. It's written by Scott Joplin. You possibly have heard this song before somewhere in your life. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Right? So that's what this one is. Next, we're going to write in the fingerings. I'm going to pick a different color for this. I'm going to go with red. So this first note here, remember on the 5 lines of the staff, every good boy deserves fudge. And then the spaces are face, they spell face. If we go backwards in the alphabet, this bottom line is E. So 1 note down is D. So this is our open D, 0. And then D sharp would be D1. And then E would be D2. Okay. Now the next note here is the 3rd space, F-A-C, which we know is B1. All right. Okay. We just jump there. Look at my fingers. We go open 1, 2, and I'm going to keep my 2 here. I just move my first finger over 2 strings. Like that. Like so. Okay. Now I'm seeing that this note and that note are just like that one, and this one and that one are just like that one. So I'm not going to write the fingering in for those notes because they're the same thing. Then I'm going to come over here. We know that this is B1. I wish I had the tablet. 2, 2nd fret, and then 3rd fret, and then this is E open. Okay? Ooh, my bad. That was totally not right. I wrote that wrong. It's not 2 and 3. It's 3 and 4. B1 and then B3 and then B4. Now, the rest of the notes, we've already figured out the fingering. This is how a lot of the music should go. You shouldn't try, like, you want to refrain from writing in every single note in the whole song. You just need to do it once or twice. Hopefully, as we practice some more, we remember which one's which. Like so. Oops, wrong string. Okay, now there's one note that we didn't write down before, but we know what it is. This is just open B. And that's open E. That one, if we follow this line over, it doesn't have a sharp sign, so it must be 3. B3. And that one is B1. We know that. Now, moving on to the next music. Da 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 da. It looks just the same as this top part, so I'm not going to write it in again. It is just the same right here and right here. So moving on to the next one. This is F A, second space A, which we know as G2. Okay. Ooh, G2. And then we have open G. Followed by F sharp. Now, how do we play F sharp? Well, let's count. D, D, E, F sharp. So it is D4. D4. All right, I'm going to write that down. F sharp is D4. It's really important, you guys, that you practice your chromatic scale using all 4 fingers and we get used to this stretching feeling, especially if you have a classical guitar. Classical guitar neck is a lot fatter and wider than an acoustic guitar. So then we have this one. We know that's G2A. It's been a while since I saw that note, so I'm just going to write B1 right here to remind myself that's B1. And then that's E. That's open E. I know that one. This is B3. Okay, B3, B1, and then G2. Okay, I'm going to write a G there, and a B there. Wow, this is amazing. I hope you can read it. Okay. On this note right over here, that is, we know B3. I'm going to just write a 3. Okay. So it starts on a G2. We go G, G2, 0, D4, B1, or there's the A. Whoops. And then you just take it slowly. Okay? We know this, well, I know this song. Okay. And then I'm looking right here. It looks just like this line. It just looks just like that line. It's the same thing. Hold on. And I'm looking over here. Wait, this part's the same. This line is just like this line. I'm going to pick a different color. I'm going to go with some purple just to kind of show you that this line looks like this line, and a different color, go with green. This line and this line and this line are all the same. Huh. What's left is to learn this part right here. So let's review what these notes are. Going back to the color red, we got what? C, D, E. There's no sharps, no weird things. We got C, D, and E, and C is B1, and then D is 3, and then this is E. Okay. C, D, E, C, D, C, E, C, D, E, C, D, C, E, C, D, E, B. All right, this open B right here, and then the D3, followed by 1. Okay, and it's just those notes right there. Okay, I messed this part up. So I'm going to remind myself that these are all B1s. All the C's are B1s because I keep messing that up. So I write over this. Now, if you want to be able to make a paper copy of your music, you can. It's totally possible. Up here at the top, you click, let me go back to my arrow. You can click on the word download PDF, and it'll download a PDF for you, and then you can print it. But you'd have to have a printer to make that work. I don't know, maybe FedEx is still open if you need to print something. But so that you can write on it. Now, at this point, we figured out how to play the whole tune. We're looking at these rhythms right here in the blue, and then we've got most of the fingerings down there. It does repeat that green section and that purple section. The only parts that are really different is that second line and the fourth line. So at this point, you just take it section by section. There's the green, there's the purple, the green, and then the blank, and then the green, and the purple, and the ending. Okay? And that's the tune. I played it nice and slow. You could play it even slower. Take a time to clap out the rhythm. 4 and 1 and 3, 4 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4, 1, 2, 3. 4 and 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 4. 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 2, 3. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 4, 1, 2, 3. 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4, 1. So hopefully this gives you some idea, a good head start on how to figure out to play this tune. You've got the whole week to learn how to play this. Spend roughly 30 minutes every day just working on this by itself, and you will learn this. You really will. You just need to take some time, and I'm giving you the time. After this, we're going to start looking at genres, and a little bit of the history, and some general guitar content, and focusing less on playing. But this is the last assignment I need you to play. Unfortunately, we were going to get into playing the bass, but you guys decided, those of you that sent in the survey decided that you'd rather just learn basic guitar stuff and not too much playing. So I hope this was a useful video, gave you a good head start on how to do all of this. And yeah, good luck.